once again for another week of fun and entertainment. And we're here for you coming out of New York City live here on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram too. Thank you so much for being along with us. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and we are here for the next hour. We're here every Friday between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Eastern, and we invite you to join in on the fun because we are always here together. And if you take time to join us for the very first time, well, I hope that you do enjoy it, and I hope you stay for the full hour or whatever time you can spare. Now, if you happen to be at work, of course, if you're watching on your computer and you get that 15-minute coffee break, well, you could take that 15-minute coffee break right there at your desk and stay there. And when the 15 minutes is over and you have to go back to work, you can multitask right at your desk and watch the show at the same time. And we really appreciate that. So thank you so much for being along with us. And of course, this is October 15th. 15th day of October. We're in the middle of the month now. We'll pretty soon be coming up to all of those big holidays that we look forward to, like Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and that's all coming around the corner. Not to mention the cold weather, which will be on hand. And we're going to invite you when you come in to chat with us, and we hope that you do. Give us your weather forecast and let us know what's happening in your neck of the woods. But if you happen to be in New York, don't worry about that. I will take care of that in just a few minutes from now. But I want to let you know that Brian Camp will be along with us, part of the 2020 feature, 20 minutes past the hour with a sports update. He has the latest developments in today's world of sports. DJ Pete, normally with us at this time, 22 the hour, is part of the 2020 feature. He will not be with us today, but we have his feature, and I'm going to be filling in for him for that. And it's you and I and all of us together. The rest of the world, we're worldwide. And say hello to the people again on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. We're live all over the world. And if you happen to be watching us on, of course, YouTube, of course, all you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll never miss a show. Really, you'll never miss a show. You subscribe, even if we so much as post a video, pre-recorded video or something like that. You'll be notified. That's the purpose, and that's the idea of being part of a subscriber to my Facebook, to my YouTube page. And of course, Facebook, all you have to do right now, if you're watching us, why don't you take the time and tag someone and bring them in on the show? Let everybody know that we're on the air, make them part of us. They may not know who we are, and you want to introduce them to us, and we really would appreciate that. Now, for all of you guys over at Instagram, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram too, and of course, you'll be in touch with us all the time, every time we come on the air live. I want to take time to salute and welcome you to the coffee hour, because what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. Delicious coffee. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as usual, we want to take time to give all of you guys that hearty hand clap, right? We do that every week. That's how we start the show. That hearty hand clap, that goes out for you guys who are watching each day, and for putting up with us all of these years. And we really appreciate that. It's all fun and games here for us. We're having a good time here, but we really appreciate you joining us each week. You're so diligent, you're so loyal, and so that hand clap goes out to you. Also, the hand clap goes out to all of the doctors and the nurses and all of the hospitals around the world and across the country who've been with us all of this time since the pandemic. Also, we want to salute and hand clap to all of the people who work in those essential jobs, the firefighters, the police officers, right? They're all there. They were all there all of this time. And those are the first responders. And of course, all the people who own mom and pop stores and grocery stores, supermarkets, the laundromat, the butcher, the baker. Everybody stayed open to please us, to take care of us. And they did it all in a safe manner. And so we want to thank them, because we're going to need your help more than ever before. Because as you already know, the pandemic is still upon us. It's still on. And it's going to be here for quite a while, unless we all do our part. And I always promote the idea of everyone getting vaccinated If you haven't been vaccinated yet, well, this is a good time to do it right now. And all you have to do is go to your doctor. Your primary doctor may have a supply of your vaccine. And of course, you can go to any pharmacist, and there are a lot of places you can go. There are centers there. There are people out on the street that build up these tents where you can take the test, the COVID test, all of that. It's easy now, and the most important thing about all of this, it's all free. And so we invite you to get vaccinated if you have been, because we have three vaccines on the market. You already know that, right? We have J&J. We also have Moderna, and we have Pfizer. Now, good news on the good news front. Moderna has the okay now to actually give booster shots now. Now, if you're at the age of 65 and over, or if you have a serious medical condition, you are eligible to get those vaccine boosters, those boosters, all right? You can get them. Pfizer has them now. We're waiting on J&J. I haven't heard the situation on that yet, whether they're ready for that. But people over 65 and over and with medical conditions, dire medical conditions, are eligible to get the booster shots. And so we're going to be waiting around because we'll get to the people who are younger than that. We'll get to all of those people. We're not going to miss out on anyone. We're going to get to all of those people. And so, once you get your booster shot, you're pretty much in good shape. Now, for those of you who didn't get any shots at all, again, we urge you to do it. It's something that I think is very important to us. It should be to you. And it's the safe way to keep things going. You have kids in school, your kids are in school, teachers, please, set an example, get vaccinated if you're going to take care of these kids, all of you hospital workers. It's common sense, especially if you're working in a hospital, that you get vaccinated, because now you have to take care of people who are in the hospitals who haven't been vaccinated. And I'm hoping that who was ever in the hospital for this disease, the corona and the Delta variant, I'm just hoping that they come to their senses and say, maybe I should get that shot. If I survive this, I'm going to get this shot. How many times have we heard people didn't survive this, and before they passed away, they said, I wish I have gotten that shot. But now it's too late. We don't want you to get to that point. So we promote this every week. A lot of people may say, you watching right now, you may say, something, I'm not going to get that shot. I don't care what you can say. You can say all of the things you want about it. You could say this, you could say that, but I'm not going to get that shot. I'm just not going to do it. That's a choice. That's a choice for people to do that. But I can tell you, and I think I can vouch for a lot of people who have taken the shots and who have taken boosters, that it's safe. We're all still here alive. No side effects. If there are any side effects, it proves that it's working. People get headaches or something, maybe for about a day or so, and then they recover. It's simple. And if you're not going to take the shot, at least if you're working on a job where they're giving you the alternative to either take the vaccine, take the vaccination, or get tested every week, I think you're going to want to go for the top part of the ladder. I think you want to go for the top. You want to say, okay, I think I might as well just take the vaccination, get it over with, and don't worry about taking the test. Now, then at that particular point, if you're doing any traveling, of course, you want to keep the test in mind as well. Let's say, for instance, if you're flying, because nothing is mandated on the flights just yet, except for wearing a mask. You're not mandating anything about checking people to see if they're vaccinated or not. That's not happening just yet. So with that in mind, you're going to want to make sure that if you're flying, you want to take a test when you return home. And if you're going to be in a long place, a long flight for maybe a couple of months or something, maybe you want to take that test when you come back, because you don't know who's vaccinated and who's not vaccinated. Someone will tell you, yes, I'm vaccinated, and then they may not be, and that's why we have the passports, the cards, where people could prove, because when you go into certain restaurants, they're going to ask you, they may ask you for, proof of vaccination or proof of being tested. And you want to have that available to you. A lot of people have their cards, And by the way, when you go get your booster shot, you're going to take that card with you because you're going to have to put a notation on that one to prove that you were booster, that you had a booster shot. And so with all of that information, a lot of people don't want to carry the card with them because let's face it, those cards are not wallet-sized cards. They're not. You already know that, right? They're not wallet-sized cards. Everyone that has one knows that it's not wallet-sized, and they don't want to carry it away. So my suggestion to you is like you may want to take a picture with your cell phone of the card and crop it to the regular size, and then keep it in there. Keep it in your phone. So whenever anyone asks you, if you go to a restaurant, if you go to a bar or something, and some of these places, they will ask you for your card. All you have to do is open up your phone and prove it to them. You can do that, or you can have a copy made of it and keep it in your wallet. Fold it up and keep it in your wallet. Or you can do both. I've done both. I have the copy, and of course, I have the one in the cell phone too, so I could show it together. So there's no excuse. No excuse for it at all. All you have to do is just supply yourself and make sure that you're safe. Again, you want to make sure that all of your loved ones are safe. You're at home, you have your children, you have your husbands, your wives, your aunts, uncles, mothers, fathers, all of the people you want to protect. And you want to make sure that they are vaccinated and you're going to be vaccinated as well. So we hope that for those of you who refuse to take vaccines of any sort, just hopefully that one day you'll wake up and say, something, maybe he's right. Maybe I should do that. Protect my family, my friends, all of the people that I work with, people that I worship with. I sit in church with people every Sunday. Maybe you want to keep all of that in mind. And it's worth thinking about. So we're not demanding it. It's not a demand, not on this show. We don't demand anything. We don't tell you because you're not vaccinated, you can't watch this show. This show is not for you. No, that's not what we're talking about. We just simply promote the idea because we believe in it. Here, we believe in it. And we're going to continue to do that. And the rest is up to you. So I hope you get that. I want to say hello to all of these people. There are more people are coming in. There you go on Facebook, and there you go on YouTube. You're watching, and there you go Instagram too. The people over there too are watching, and we thank you for doing that. And we're going to be with you, as I said, for the to the next hour. We got 45, 46, 47 minutes left in the show, so we're going to use it to the fullest. And if you're just coming in right now, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And we are here every Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern. Okay, now I have a number for all of you people who don't know how to get in touch with people to get information about the coronavirus or get information about being tested or maybe getting any kind of questions you may have. I have a number that's a local number, a New York number, but I'm pretty sure if you call, it'll get you places. It'll transfer you over to someone and you can talk to them live. I'm pretty sure you can talk to someone live on this phone. And you could have any questions that you may have about corona or variant. I'm pretty sure they'll have the answers for you. You can ask questions. You can find out where to get tested in your area. And I'm pretty sure in your hometown, there are local numbers where you are. But I give this number out anyway each week. For those of you who need it, especially if you're living in New York, it is a local number. And you can find websites too. All you have to do is just Google it. That's all it takes. So the number I have, if you're watching us on Facebook and you look up in the area where all that information is, it could be up here top, over here, down here, over there. I don't know. Depending on how you're watching the show. You see it. It's way at the bottom. It says COVID-19 test. And underneath it, on the side of it, there's a telephone number. And that number is 718-638-7682. That's 718-638-7682. And it's a hotline. You can call them and ask questions and you'll do it. But again, like I said, in your area, wherever you may be, you'll have local numbers that you can contact. And something here in New York, I know here in New York, and I'm pretty sure all across the country that they You have places, centers where you can take the COVID-19 test. Plenty of them. They're even out in the street. They build up these tents, and you can stop by. They park their vehicles there, and then they build a tent in front of the vehicle, and you can get online and wait and get tested. I don't know if you get the test immediately, but in some cases they will give you the test, and you can be on your merry way. They may take your cell phone number and text you the results, and that's a good way to do it. So you have all of those resources, and I'm giving you those resources because I believe and I think they will work for you, and I do know I can guarantee you that it works. It works because a lot of people in the United States, I understand that the rate of vaccination has gone up, which is a good thing, especially people who work at these essential jobs, places where they mandated people that they should either get vaccinated or take the test once a week, have to produce that information. So there you go. That's it. Again, if you're going to come in, please give us your weather forecast. We really would appreciate that. That's a good thing to do. Now, if you're living in New York, you don't have to do that because I'm going to do that right now for you, give you that weather forecast and see what we got today. We've got 71 degrees. That's what we're talking about today. And in New York, it's been kind of cool for the past couple of days, but I know it's getting warmer. So the weekend is not going to be too bad because this is what we have right now. And let's see how it goes. So today we've got sunny skies, sunny to partly cloudy skies. We'll have a high 78 degrees. Wind will be south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's today. For tonight, it will be partly cloudy, low around 65 degrees, and winds will be south at 5 to 10 miles per hour as well. Saturday, it goes on a little decline, but it's not like a total washout or anything. It's going to be mostly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing late in the day, and winds, storms may contain strong gusty winds, but I don't think it's got, when I say storms, I think that's a little scary thing. It'll kind of scare you a little bit. It's not really storm, but it'll rain a little bit, but it doesn't say anything about real high wind thunderstorms. It says here, storms may contain strong gusty winds. That doesn't mean that it's going to blow you to the other side of the street. But that's what it looks like for Saturday. We'll have a high 76 degrees. Winds will be south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. We have a 60% chance of rain. I was looking forward to Saturday being clear. Saturday, when you have the weekend, Saturday is your favorite day. Most people have their favorite day on Saturday because Sunday they relax and stay home for the most part, go to church and spend time with family and not go out, carousing or anything on a Saturday night, anything. They want to take Sunday for that special time for themselves because you have to go to work the following morning, right? Well, there you go. And that's how it goes. Okay, anyway, for Saturday, so Saturday night, like I said, it's showers in the evening, then partly cloudy. Overnight, we have a low 53 degrees, winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and chance of rain, again, will be 60%. But for Sunday, we have sunny skies along with a few afternoon clouds. We'll have a high 64 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So repeating our current temperature, we have 71 degrees here in New York City. And the sun is out for the moment, and it's going to stay that way for the rest of the day. So that's what it looks like. But I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for Saturday. But I hope the weather is better in your area. You want to kick off a few things, before the weather chill comes in. The weather is still warm enough to do outdoor activities, and some areas, the temperatures like today is going to go up into the 80s today, so that's pretty good. And it may be like in Florida or someplace else where the weather usually is warmer. You can still do those outdoor activities before the chill comes in. And I know a lot of people are waiting around for that chill to come in. They're waiting around for that because they're saying, I like winter. I don't like winter. I always tell people who like winter, hey, it's okay. That's your choice. That's great. I said, but you're welcome to my share of it, when it comes in. Because I am not a winter person. I'm not a cold person. I just like the good old summertime. And so, since we had our share of summertime already, that's good. So, we're going to have to bear the winter months. I'm living in a four-season area too, by the way. So, I'll have to either deal with it or just move someplace else. And that's the way it is. Anyway, thank you so much for being along with us. And right now, we're going to go over to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I hope the weather is better over there than it is over here. Brian Camp on the line from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City, with the latest developments in today's world of sports. Brian, before you go on, I want to say I'm sorry. I just want to say I'm sorry.
I know it's I couldn't sleep. It was a rough night. I just woke up this morning not feeling in my right mind. I wanted to punch the TV out, but I didn't want to injure myself. My San Francisco Giants have been eliminated from playoff competition in baseball.
Yeah.
So some of you out there that's watching and viewing this, I'm a diehard sports fan, diehard San Francisco baseball Giants fan, and a diehard Dallas Cowboy football fan, and it's rough, but I would get through this like I do every year. It's going to take a while. It may take 10 months. No, I'm only joking, not 10 months. But I'll be fine once I get through this weekend. But good morning. Good morning to you all out there on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere else that you're tuning in. It's presently 69 degrees out here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, and it's going to go up to 86. It was actually 55 degrees this morning at 6 a.m. when I woke up. It was cold. As I walked my granddaughter to the bus stop, it was cold, but it's going to go up to 86. That's how it is out here in North Carolina. It could be cold for as soon as you wake up, within 2 or 3 hours. The sun is out, the birds are chirping, and the mosquitoes are out. All of the insects and frogs and all the good people and all the good natures that's out here. It's going to be a beautiful day today, and the weather, just like in New York, will slightly go down next week as we go into the fall weather. But in sports, as you all know, what's been happening this week, starting after last Sunday's game, the Las Vegas Raiders head coach John Gruden has resigned following reports over 650 emails who wrote over a 10-year period include them being racist, sexist, attacking the gay community, using anti-gay language. Gruden made a racist comment about a National Football Players Association executive director, DeMaurice Smith, as well as vulgar criticism on NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. And Gruden emailed former Washington football team president at that time, Bruce Allan, and others who was doing the draft in 2014, not to quote, draft queers. Now, he was referring to Michael Sam back in 2014, I'm sorry. Michael Sam, as many may remember, some don't, was the first open gay player to say that he is gay, and he was a very big-time player in college, but nobody drafted him because of the scrutiny of being a sexist and attacking the gay community. Gruden also made sexist statements to various women over the course of those years in emails. He also just made some horrible mistakes. He owned up to it. He apologized, but damage has been done. There's a radio host, I'm not going to mention his name, but he's a sports announcer. He has a morning drive on, an afternoon drive. He had, I listened to him when he was at WFAN. He's now on another station now, and you probably know who he is. He's very loud and very has a very character about himself that he just screams a lot. But he said he feels sorry for John Gruden. I don't feel sorry for him. Now, before I go on, let me explain why. Until we call these so-called racist, sexist people that say these here things, how can we move on if you don't call them out? He's sorry because he got caught. 650,000 emails is a lot of emails. And if you can't call these people out, then you're part of the problem too. You want to feel sorry for a person in a way. Now he didn't say that he was right for what he said, but he says he feel a little bit sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for anybody. I forgive them, but I don't feel sorry for them because that's been on your mind for the longest. And if you can make that statement that has always been on your mind, who knows? I mean, who knows how many things he probably said in front of his friends and his colleagues. He's out. He'll probably never get another job in the NFL. I'm not going to celebrate his demise because I was brought up and raised. You don't celebrate anybody's falling short, falling for their demise. We just don't celebrate that. But he needs to pay a price. He lost his job, and wish him the best. But everybody else that knows people like this should call him out. All right. Also in the NFL selected cities of Dusseldorf, Frankfurt, and Munich on Tuesday to enter a final bidding stage to host a regular season game in Germany. Now, this is supposed to take place in 2022 or 2023. They haven't decided yet. Germany has a strong and growing NFL fan base and one of the world's largest economies, making the country a logical target for a league with vision of worldwide growth. So congratulations. We hope that we could, this is a U.S. sport, pro football, and we can hopefully spread it around the world. We have brought it to England. We have brought it to Mexico. So now we're going to try to do it for Germany. Major League Baseball, as you know, as I just said, the Giants have been eliminated by the LA Dodgers. Former Yankee star Joe Pepitone has dropped his lawsuit against the Baseball Hall of Fame that sought the return of a Louisville Slugger bat. Louisville Slugger is the name of how they make their bats, that Mickey Mantle used in his quest for a 500th career home run, which he did back in 1967. David L. Barsha, the lawyer for Joe Pepitone, filed a notice of voluntary dismissal on Monday in U.S. District Court in Albany. The Hall of Fame has filed a motion demonstrating that the lawsuit was without merit. Now, Pepitone had filed a suit in July seeking compensatory damages of at least $1 million. The bat is currently valued at over $500,000, he claims. The suit alleged Pepitone agreed to lend the bat to the Hall of Fame. Lend the bat, it means just to borrow, with the understanding and upon the condition that it would be returned to him at any time upon request. The Hall of Fame said that the bat was donated. Donated is different. Donate is when you voluntarily freely give to someone. That it was owned, and it has been owned for more than 50 years. 50 years. Mantle said that the bat was donated and it was owned for more than 50 years. Now, Mantle hit his 500 career home run, like I said, May 14th, 1967. The lawsuit claimed Mantle wanted to use a lighter bat than his signature model in order to generate more bat speed. Sometimes that happens when you want to go to a lighter bat, for baseball terms. When you use a heavier bat, and if you connect on the ball, it's gonna travel. But the bat is going to be slightly heavy. You use a lighter bat, you get more speed on the bat. So what happened was Joe Pepitone had loaned him a bat, one of his bats, to oblige to keep, and so he could use the bat, and that's how he hit his 500th career home run. And that's where we stand. So probably more detail. In the NBA, Brooklyn Nets general manager Sean Marks on Tuesday that Kyrie Irving's decision to not comply with New York City COVID-19 vaccine mandate left the organizations no choice but to send him away from the team until he's able to be fully participate. Now, Irvin still remains not taking the vaccination shot and is still doing research on the vaccine. Now, Kyrie Irving stands to lose $380,000 per home game, which is 41 games plus 2 games at Madison Square Garden. There's 41 home games in a year and 2 games that's across the crosstown rival. Now, the reason for this, New York City, San Francisco, now Los Angeles has joined, that you have to be vaccinated in order to play in a city sport, whether it's basketball, baseball, football, or hockey. You have to be vaccinated or at least one shot. Kyrie Irving stands by with his decision. It's not a money thing because, a lot of athletes would just do it for the money, but a lot of people are backing him on this matter, but he's right now is not sure where he stands. He says he's not anti-vaccine nor is he for it. So that's where we stand with Kyrie Irving, and the NBA season starts next Wednesday. The games count. In the National Hockey League, Commissioner Gary Bettman said the league has only 4 unvaccinated players as it opens up the 21-22 season. Bettman goes on to say everybody banding together to do the right thing, and maybe that's why hockey is the most ultimate team sport. Between the National Hockey League officials and all the personnel who come into contact with players that are vaccinated. There are still COVID-19 cases. There's still the key word. There's still COVID-19 cases involving players who are fully vaccinated. So you can still get the virus and still be vaccinated and still get the virus. So that's why it's important that you all out there have to wear a mask. Can't tell you how to get vaccinated, but if you wanted to at least have consideration for others who might get infected, please be smart, wear your mask, stay safe, but think about others. This day in sports, October 15, 1928, Walter Johnson signs a 3-year contract to manage the Washington Senators. 1969, Madison Square Garden television network began. 1969, wow. 1969, also, the Baltimore Orioles became the first manager ejected in 60 years in a World Series game. 1979, New York Knicks retired their second number as Walt Clyde Frazier, number 10, is hoisted up to the Raptors at Madison Square Garden. 1980, George Brett is forced out of the World Series with hemorrhoid. 1986, the longest postseason game, the Mets beat the Astros and win the National League pennant 7-6. I remember that game. And the Mets went on to win their second World Series championship against the Boston Red Sox. 1988, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning, Kirk Gibson, dramatic 2-run home run. We've seen that over and over the years where he came up to the plate. He was already injured. He came in there as a pinch hitter. He hit a home run off of, I believe if I'm right, I'm pretty sure I'm right, Dennis Eckersley was the relief pitcher that closed it. He had a home run, and as he trotted around the bases slowly, being injured, he was given the emotional drill sign, like he drilled it, and that was one of the famous home run calls and hits of all time. In 1997, New York jury awards boxer Mitch Green $45,000 in a civil lawsuit against Iron Mike Tyson for a street brawl that happened in 1988. I remember that. That happened in Harlem, too. Harlem, New York. And birthdays, 1945, Hall of Fame pitcher Jim Palmer was born in New York City, New York. Jim Palmer, Cy Young Award. 1951, tennis great Roscoe Tanner, born in Kauai, Allan, South Carolina. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports. Before I say anything else, before I give it back to you, let me say this. A shout out to the New York City transit system. Ever since this pandemic started, even go back to 9/11, I have to give a shout out to the New York City transit system. I may be a little biased because I used to work for them. I retired with them. They work so hard and diligently to get people to work, back home during the morning and afternoon rush hour. They don't get the respect like the police officers and the fire department, and they deserve the respect the police department and the fire department and the EMS workers as well. But New York City Transit, they're the one that moved New York City. They moved New York City. Regardless of what you may think about them, and when I say, when you say think about them, you're also talking about me because I'm with them. I'm still with them, even though I'm retired. But they're the one that sacrificed a lot. A lot of my former colleagues have passed away during the pandemic because they caught the virus. They're up there on the front line, and they're the one that caught the virus. But a lot of them, I keep in touch with them. They're hanging in there. So let's everybody stop what we're doing. Let's just give them a hand because they deserve it. They really worked hard. I worked hard. So let's just give a shout out to them and think about them as well too.
Well,
and that's sports.
That's a good point too. You know, that's one of the things I've never really thought about. But you're right. They're still working hard. They're still doing their thing, still getting people to their destination on time as quick as they can. And so, New York City Transit for many years, 24-hour service. 24-hour
I did 29 years with them. 29 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're the best. They're the as far as transportation goes, we have the best transportation system in the world. New York City has the best transportation system in the world. It's 24 hours.
24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things about living in New York, you don't really need a car. People own cars. We have a car. We're over. It's the traffic is like heavy out there, really congested, but you don't really need a car in New York. In New York, a car is a luxury, not a necessity, and that's why we have the 24-hour rapid transit, surface and rapid, subways and buses, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You know, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. If you go to a lot of other cities too, like Los Angeles and places where they have buses running, they don't run 24 hours at a certain hour of time. They shut down for the night, and then now you have to resort to a cab or walk.
Exactly.
One or the other.
Yeah.
So we give out the shout outs to the people who work in the transit authority. Well, I don't call it the transit authority, the Metropolitan Transit. They used to call it the Transit Authority, but they changed the name over the years. So thanks for bringing that one out. Again, I'm sorry about your Giants. I watched the game. I watched part of the game last night. You know, and then after I thought there was some hope when the Giants tied up 1-1. I thought there was some hope. You know, of course, Los Angeles got the first home run, and then the Giants came on and got the second one. And I thought there was hope there, but again, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. I'll be fine. I know I'll be better once I get on the grill and on the smoker this weekend. Everything will go away. That makes me happy.
That'll do it. Food is comfort. That's a comfort zone.
Yes.
Right there. Okay, Brian, thanks a lot. We'll catch you back here next week.
Everybody have a happy weekend. Take care.
Take care of yourself. Boy, that's great. Great sports. That's Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And he comes here every Friday as part of the 2020 feature, 20 past the hour, with lots and lots of sports information. That's called Sports Update, the latest developments in today's world of sports. And speaking of 2020 feature, we call it 2020 feature. Brian does his 20 after the hour. DJ Pete comes in 20 to the hour. It's 22 the hour right now. DJ Pete is not here, so we're going to take care of everything that he has, entertainment news, and we're going to start off right now. He's got something going. R&B singer Nappy Brown was born on this day, not on this day, but born October 12th, 1929. And he would have been 92 years old today. He passed away September 20th, 20, 2008. And he died at the age of 78. And he's an R&B singer, does a little blues too. I remember goes way back, Nappy Brown, so celebrating his birthday today. So happy birthday to Nappy Brown. Also, we have on hand, next coming up, Jimmy Liggins. Jimmy Liggins was born October 14th, which was yesterday, 1922, the year. He would have been 103 years old had he been around today. He passed away July 21st, 1983, at the age of 64. Now, the age 64 is considered younger. That's like the new 40s in this day and age. Anyway, Jimmy Liggins, he's the American R&B guitarist and band leader. And his brother was more a commercially successful R&B singer, blues, and pianist. His brother, Joe Liggins. But Jimmy Liggins celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday to Jimmy Liggins, wherever you are. And we hope that's in heaven. Dwight D. Eisenhower, U.S. President, born yesterday. He would have been born on this day yesterday, October 14th, 1890. And by golly, he would have been 131 years old. Now, I don't know who ever lives that long except Methuselah, that lived 200 years. But yeah, so Dwight D. Eisenhower would have been celebrating 131st birthday. He was the President of the United States, and he was the 34th President of the United States, may I add. And he succeeded JFK. He was succeeded by JFK, I should say. So Dwight D. Eisenhower, happy birthday wherever you are. Republican president, by the way, just in case people who are Republicans are young and don't remember, well, he's a Republican president. Paul Simon. Oh, we all know Paul Simon from the famed Simon and Garfunkel. So Paul Simon is celebrating a birthday. He celebrated his on the 13th. He was born in 1941. Paul Simon is 80 years old. Remember Paul Simon from Simon and Garfunkel, and he did a lot of great albums on his own. One of my favorite songs by him was 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Remember that? Get on the track, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. Don't be coy, Roy. Okay. The late Dottie West, country singer. October 11th, born in 1932. She would have been 89 today. Dottie West. She passed away September 4th, 1991. She was 58 years old when she died. She passed away in Memphis, Tennessee. She was one of the top country singers, female country singers of our time. And we miss her. She brought a lot of great country music to the world, and did a lot of great country music. And so there you go. And that's DJ's Pete's happenings right there. Now, we have birthdays celebrating today, birthdays of today. Here are birthdays of today. You may know some of these people. Tito Jackson of the Jackson 5 is 68 today. Krista Berg did the music, the Lady in Red song. He's 73 today. Richard Carpenter, half of the Carpenters, Karen Carpenter, his sister, who, as you already know, passed away. Richard Carpenter, 75 today. The late Penny Marshall, who played on Laverne and Shirley. She was Laverne. She would have been 78 today. The late R&B singer Marv Johnson, You Got What It Takes. You remember that song? You Got What It Takes back in the 50s, 1959, I believe that was. He would have been 83 today. Actress Linda Lavin would have been, not would have been, but she's 84 today. Linda Lavin, and she played, of course, in a lot of those sitcoms, you know. I think one of the ones, which one? Oh, yeah, the sitcom. She played Alice. That was Alice that she played, right? So Linda Lavin, 84 today. Anthony Hopkins, also 84 today. Actor Anthony Hopkins, also 84 today. Happy birthday, Anthony. The late Mickey Baker, half of Mickey and Sylvia. Love is Strange. Remember that one? He would have been 96 today. So those are all of the birthdays of all of the people in notoriety. And so that ends this part of the 2020 feature, 20 to the hour, DJ Pete. Thank you so much for handing in that information, and we were happy to relay it to you because that's part of your show. And DJ Pete has a show of his own. You know, he has a radio show, and if you'd like to catch him, you can catch him on www.radio-airwave.co.uk. Of course, that's in the United Kingdom. You can catch him every Monday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And also, you can catch him on his hometown station, WMPG, in Portland, Maine. And of course, he's there. And if you can't catch him, the station there, you can always go onto the website. They have a website, WMPG in Portland, Maine. You can also catch him there at www.mpg.org. He's on every other Tuesday between 8:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. and all times are Eastern, and that's in the United States and Canada. So there you go. We have all of that information, DJ Pete. And so that wraps up everything, this portion of the 2020 feature. My name is Frank Allan. In case you're just joining us, thank you so much for being along with us. You're joining us this minute. Well, you're tuned to the Coffee Hour. We're here every Friday between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Eastern. And of course, we always love to come on and entertain. If you have anything particularly that you would like to say, we always would love to engage you in conversation. So if you're out there just sitting there idle, that's okay too. As long as you're there enjoying the show, we really would appreciate that. And we thank you. We want to say hello to all of you people who view us each week on Facebook. Thank you, Facebook. And thank you, YouTube. They're out there as well. And I see all of the people over there on Instagram. Thank you for joining us as well. And if you're watching us on Facebook, you already know that all you have to do is tag someone. You can tag someone right now as we speak. You know, we have just a few minutes on the show right now, but you know, be nice and give them the extra few minutes to enjoy us and let them come out here. And if they like what they hear, they'll be back again and again, just like yourselves. And if you're watching us on YouTube, all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, of course, you already know. Once you subscribe to us, you will be informed, or you will not informed, but the word informed is not the word I want to use. But you'll be notified that we're on the air live. Or even if we so much as, let's say, post a video, a pre-recorded video or something, you will be notified then. That's part of being a subscriber to my YouTube channel. So there you go. And tell your friends about it as well. Now, those of you who are watching us on Instagram, all you have to do is subscribe to us on Instagram. And of course, when we pop up, you'll see us right there. And we really hope that you do subscribe to us. So there you go. You have 3 ways of catching us. If you don't catch us on one, you can catch us on the other. That's Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And thank you so much for that. Okay, I have those picks of the week. You know, those picks of the week of movies that you love. Okay, I have them. All right, and I think it's a good idea and a great time to recite them for you right now. Now, if you like those classic movies, if you're going to be home, let's say all weekend, you know, if you happen to be in an area where weather is going to be inclement and you need entertainment right there, well, movies, it's a great time to catch up on movies. And I have my picks of the week for you. For those of you who love those classic movies, on Turner Classic Movies, well, I have 3 picks for this week, and I hope that you will enjoy them. We're going to start off. Citizen Kane, back in 1941 with Orson Welles, will be on Turner Classic Movie. That's TCM on Friday. That's, that was actually yesterday, right? Wasn't that yesterday? Okay, that was yesterday. All right. So well, actually, today is Friday. What am I talking about? I'm losing my head here. Friday. Today is Friday. It's going to be tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Citizen Kane tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Get your popcorn ready and all the snacks and beverages that you need, and sit back and relax tonight. 9:30 Eastern on Turner Classic Movie. We also have another movie that's a comedy called "It Happened in Brooklyn." A 1940 film featuring Frank Sinatra, Peter Lawford, Jimmy Durante, and Catherine Grace. A nice comedy I enjoy very much. It happened in Brooklyn. I'm partial to Brooklyn, so you know I have to promote this one. It's on Turner Classic Movie. It's on Sunday at 8:15 a.m. So if you're up and at 'em, please, you can check it out while you're having breakfast. If not, you don't wake up that early, or you don't want to miss it for some reason, you could DVR it. All of these movies you can DVR and watch them at a later time. Also, here's something that's not really classic, like 1940s and 50s and things like that. But this goes back to 1981, Craig T. Nelson and Joe Beth Williams in a movie called Poltergeist. Remember that? That's on. I don't get to see that often. They did a remake on that, which I never really saw and really have no intentions of watching because I don't really like remakes. I don't think there's nothing like the real thing. There's nothing like the real thing. Poltergeist, and that comes on Turner Classic Movie. That's also on Sunday at 8 p.m., and that's on Eastern. Everything I give you here is Eastern. Now, if you don't like any of these movies, and I couldn't understand why you wouldn't, you could always go on demand. If you have cable, you subscribe to cable, go on demand, and you have all the networks there. You can click on to whatever movie that you missed or whatever sport events that you missed. It's right there in full. You can click it on and check it out. Also, you can go on Movie on Demand, which they have a list of all of these great movies. All of these great movies. You'll love them, right? And the classics and some of the stuff that you remember from the 60s and the 50s and some up-to-date stuff. It's all right there. And you can go there and watch it. And believe me, there are a lot. So if you are, let's say, for instance, Sunday, one of those people will like to stay home Sunday and not do anything and get set for Monday. You relax on Sunday after dinner, before dinner, and you can watch all of these great movies. It's like what I call a stay in bed Sunday, right? You can do that. That's always fun too, every once in a while. All right, not every Sunday. You don't do it every Sunday. You don't want to get bed sores, but sometimes you like to have those stay in bed Sundays, and you can sit back and relax. A lot of people like those Lifetime movies. They have an icon for that. They have the Lifetime Movie Network icon. Click on and see what's available there, and you'll enjoy. So anyway, don't forget those movies. The Turner Classic Movies. You have Citizen Kane with Orson Welles. That's Friday. That's tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. It Happened in Brooklyn with Frank Sinatra, Peter Lawford, Jimmy Durante, and Catherine Grayson. That's on Turner Classic Movie. That's on Sunday at 8:15 a.m. And last but not least, Poltergeist from 1982, Craig T. Nelson and Joe Beth Williams. And that's on Turner Classic Movie Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right there on Turner Classic Movie. And those are my picks of the week. Hey, listen, you can go to Turner Classic Movie also and check it out. Maybe there's something that else that you may be interested in watching, but those are just my picks. There are other things on there too that I think you're going to like. Okay, so that's it. And that's the information we have for you. Okay, here's something that I'm pretty sure is big news. It was on, I mentioned it last night on our show, excuse me, excuse me for 1 second. I mentioned it last night on Talkback Live. You probably heard the story. The Rolling Stones retired their 1971 hit song, Brown Sugar. It really chokes me up to hear this because I remember this song so well. 1971 hit Brown Sugar from their current tour. From now on, at least for now, they're doing this. Conflicts surrounding the controversial lyrics that depicted slavery, rape, and drugs, guitarist Keith Richards confirmed to the LA Times. And he quotes, when the LA Times asked him, he says, you picked it up, huh? Keith Richards told the LA Times after he was asked why the band why they refrained from playing the song. Excuse me, I'm sorry. He added that, oh boy, this is crazy. Always in show, I'm sorry, excuse me, folks, I'm sorry. He added that he didn't understand the controversy. And I quote here, I'm trying to figure out what the sisters quite where the beef is. You want to know what the sisters, I guess meaning black women, right? What the beef is. And didn't understand this was a song about the horrors of slavery, but they were trying to bury it. And at the moment, I don't want to get into the conflicts with all of this, unquote. That's a statement from Keith Richards. Now, Keith Richards and Keith Richards and Mick Jagger, they wrote this song back in 1971. They released the song back in 1971. This is all 50 years ago. Here we are, 50 years today, and it's all coming out. Now, a lot of people may not have given it a thought about this song because let's face it, rock and roll is not a clarity song. It's not clarity. There's not a lot of clarity in vocals or anything like that. I'm not taking anything from Mick Jagger. But if you listen to the song when it was recorded back then, released in 1971 and still playing today, people are bobbling their heads and singing to the song and maybe not even knowing the lyrics to the song, but they just like the song and they bobble their head and they just enjoy it, not knowing what the lyrics were. Let me read the lyrics to you. These are the lyrics contents of the song. Gold Coast slave ship bound for cotton fields, sold in a market down in New Orleans. Scared old slave knows he's doing right. Hear him whip women just around midnight. Brown sugar, how come you taste so good? Brown sugar, just like a girl should. Drums beat old English, blood runs hot. The lady of the house wondering where it's gonna stop. Houseboy knows he's doing all right. You should have heard him just around midnight. Brown sugar, how come you taste so good now? Brown sugar, just like a young girl should now. Get along, brown sugar, how come you taste so good, baby? Get some feeling now. Brown sugar, just like a black girl should. I bet your mama was a tent show queen, and all your boyfriends were sweet 16. I'm no schoolboy, but I know what I like. You should have heard me just about midnight. Those are the lyrics of the song. All right, so you judge for yourself. It's 51 years later. Now, the question I probably would have is to Mick Jagger and Keith Richards when they were doing this song. What were they thinking? They knew what they were writing. They knew the lyrics. What were they thinking? The rest of the world, because I'm a lyric person. And I got to be honest with you. I listened back to the song over and over and over again. And quite frankly, there's not a lot of clarity when Mick Jagger sings the song. I don't know if it's done purposely or whatever, but there's not a lot of clarity in the song. So maybe that's why I didn't get it over the years. It's 50 years now. But it's controversial. And the Rolling Stones are saying that they're no longer going to use it in their concerts. At least for now, they won't. And that doesn't mean that the radio stations are going to stop playing them. Or they're going to ban it from YouTube. It's out there. It's been out there 50 years. People bought the record. People still have it. Who's going to stop them from listening to it? So in the future, I guess we should all just concentrate on lyrics and understand, because there's a lot of songs that contain lyrics that are unacceptable or politically incorrect, as you will, and you would listen to that. So there you go. So I just figure I'd just bring that out to you, kind of figure it out for yourself and see how you like it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, while you ponder on that for the weekend, I'm going to take off for my weekend, but I'll be back here on Thursday for more. And we'll be back here Thursday for the Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be with me with the latest developers in today's world of sports, and you and me with conversations will all be here. And I hope you will be too. Other than that, I will be back here next week for the coffee hour. And Brian Camp, of course, will be here also with sports update. part of the 2020 feature. He'll bring you the latest developments in today's world of sports. Hopefully, DJ Pete will be here too. If not, of course, he'll do what he did this week. He'll give us the information. But he's part of the 2020 feature, 22 the hour. And we're looking forward to seeing you there. In the meantime, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Have a great day. And we'll see you back then. And make sure you take the weekend very slow and stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye-bye.